For more than 4 decades, Denzel Washington has stood as one of Hollywood's rare figures whose presence feels less like performance and more like conviction. In an industry built on spectacle and speed, he moves deliberately, guided by discipline, faith, and an unwavering sense of self. Whether portraying historical figures, complex heroes, or men facing moral dilemmas, his power comes not from exaggeration, but from restraint. Behind the awards, the acclaim, and cultural reverence is a man shaped by choice, grounded by principle, and defined by a quiet integrity that he has carried throughout his life. Growing up between faith and structure, Denzel Hayes. Washington Jr. was born on December 28, 1954, in Mount Vernon, New York, a working-class city shaped by routine, faith, and perseverance. His childhood home was structured, deeply religious, and full of quiet expectations. His mother, Lennis, worked tirelessly as a beautician, filling her salon with warmth, conversation, and determination to provide for her family. His father, Reverend Denzel Hayes Washington Sr., was a Pentecostal minister whose life revolved around scripture, order, and responsibility. Love was present, though measured, and discipline was constant, laying the foundation for Denzel's sense of accountability and respect for others. A household of quiet lessons. By his early teens, Denzel's family life shifted. His parents divorced in 1968, leaving him primarily with his mother, whose dedication and courage shaped him profoundly. The changes were gradual, yet they instilled resilience. He learned that stability is not always guaranteed, and that direction sometimes comes from unexpected sources. The challenges of adolescence in a city like Mount Vernon, where young men often face limited opportunities, could have led him astray. But Denzel's mother intervened with a decision that felt strict at the time, but ultimately defined the course of his life. Discipline becomes survival. At 14, he was sent to a military academy in New Windsor, New York. At first, it felt like exile, cold mornings, strict routines, and separation from the familiar. But it became a place of growth. Discipline transformed from punishment into survival, teaching him endurance, accountability, and self-control. Years later, Denzel would reflect that this experience saved him, not by shielding him from challenge, but by showing him how to navigate life with intention and integrity. Standing steady in the face of temptation. Military school gave Denzel a framework he carried back into the world. When he returned home, the streets no longer held the same pull. Habits like punctuality, discipline, and self-reliance became central to his identity. He learned that personal strength is built quietly, without spectacle, and that resilience often arrives through small, repeated choices rather than grand gestures. These lessons would underpin both his professional and personal life. Finding his path through education in the early 1970s, Denzel enrolled at Fordham University, seeking direction rather than fame. Life was pragmatic, winters were harsh, money was tight, and stability was earned through effort. He worked wherever he could, balancing school with part-time jobs, learning early that persistence matters more than luck. Nights were spent counting hours and possibilities, and he realized that moving forward, even without a clear purpose, was a form of survival and preparation. The spark of discovery. In the summer of 1975, while working as a counselor at a YMCA camp, Denzel unexpectedly stepped in during a talent show performance. He did so without ambition, yet when it ended, a woman in the audience told him he was meant to act. Her words were not flattery, they were recognition. That moment shifted everything. He returned to Fordham, changed his major to drama, and began shaping a life guided by his natural instincts and disciplined approach, paying the price for the dream. A scholarship took him to the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco, where he faced the realities of life as an aspiring actor. Conditions were modest, resources limited, and training rigorous. He rehearsed relentlessly, learning to endure long hours and physical discomfort without complaint. Returning to New York, he faced the challenge of auditions, rejection, and uncertainty, yet he persisted, understanding that true opportunity is rarely immediate and always requires resilience. Choosing integrity over convenience before recognition arrived, Denzel was offered roles that promised quick advancement but demanded compromise, scripts that relied on spectacle rather than truth, or characters that demanded superficiality were tempting yet inconsistent with his values. Guided by advice from Sidney Poitier, he made deliberate choices to preserve integrity. Those decisions may have slowed early momentum, but they safeguarded the essence of his talent and ensured that when success arrived, it would be grounded in authenticity rather than compromise. Recognition through honesty. When acclaim came, it was earned through honesty. Films like Cry Freedom, Glory, and Malcolm X elevated him not because they were loud, but because they were grounded in humanity. Denzel inhabited these characters, bringing lived experience, moral complexity, and emotional truth to every performance. Success arrived gradually and quietly, reinforcing his belief that excellence is sustained by effort, discipline, and steadfastness rather than speed or spectacle. Faith as a guiding compass. Throughout his life, faith has been a constant anchor, not as performance, but as practice. Prayer and scripture shaped his decisions, grounded his actions, and provided a framework for enduring challenges. Physical well-being, spiritual practice, and emotional discipline became intertwined, forming a holistic approach to life and work that emphasized balance and responsibility over impulsivity or indulgence, a partnership rooted in quiet strength. In 1977, Denzel met Pauletta Pearson, a classically trained pianist whose calm and warmth grounded him instantly. Their relationship unfolded quietly, without public spectacle, and they married in 1983, years before fame complicated their lives. Through modest beginnings and rising careers, their partnership was sustained by mutual support, shared values, and the discipline to prioritize family alongside professional ambitions. Together, they built a home defined not by glamour, but by steadiness, presence, and faith. Fatherhood as a commitment. Fatherhood became a guiding principle for Denzel. He approached it with the same intentionality he applied to work, being present, consistent, and engaged. His goal was not to shape careers, but to shape character, offering his children guidance, love, and example without demanding perfection or performance. In doing so, he broke cycles and reinforced the lessons he had learned about discipline, faith, and presence. Learning from absence. While filming Malcolm X, Denzel received news of his father's passing. There was no chance for reconciliation or closure, yet he found perspective in reflection. Love, he realized, can be expressed in restraint and responsibility rather than constant affirmation. These experiences shaped his empathy, deepened his understanding of human connection, and reinforced the importance of presence in the lives of those he cared for. Legacy through mentorship. Beyond his own career, Denzel has quietly mentored emerging talent, offering guidance and opportunity without expectation. Chadwick Boseman, among others, acknowledged his early support as life-changing. Denzel's approach illustrates a principle he has lived. Legacy is not declared publicly, it is created through actions that uplift others, often without recognition or applause. Listening to time and self, as he matured, Denzel learned to listen to his body, mind, and spirit. Aging, he realized, is not about slowing down, but about awareness and intentionality. Routine, health, prayer, and measured work became central, reflecting a life refined rather than reduced. He continues to choose roles that resonate deeply, aligning creative effort with purpose and prioritizing balance and well-being over mere output or fame. A life measured by meaning. Today, Denzel Washington is defined less by box office numbers and more by presence, integrity, and balance. Wealth, homes, and possessions serve function, comfort, and refuge rather than display. His giving is substantial yet private, and his work continues selectively, emphasizing stories that convey depth, humanity, and moral resonance. Every choice, from his craft to his family, reflects the principles instilled during childhood, reinforced by discipline and nurtured through decades of intentional living. The power of restraint. From a boy sent away to be guided to a man whose life uplifts others quietly, Denzel Washington demonstrates that success does not require surrender. It requires restraint, reflection, and the courage to maintain integrity, even when no one is watching. His story is not about spectacle. It is about commitment, faith, and the quiet power of showing up for others and oneself. It reminds us that strength, when rooted in principle, can endure without hardness, and that true impact is measured not by applause, but by the lives we touch, the integrity we preserve, and the consistency with which we show up each day.